We're live at the DFW Auto Show in Dallas. We're live on Facebook too because we have a legend in the house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, how about that? Mr. Chip Foose. Chip, it's good to see you again.
Pleasure to be here, Jerry. Thank you very much.
You and I met some years ago at Sampax Museum one night.
Yes, that was a fabulous weekend.
It really was. And just so tickled that you could come to the Dallas Auto Show this year. I know you do probably a lot of this.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm here with Capital One this weekend.
Yes.
And we're up in the Auto Navigator garage where we're launching Capital One's new website or app that's called Auto Navigator, which is kind of streamlining and simplifying the process of buying a car.
How cool. I was here last night and I saw the big display up there, and there was a ton of people around.
Well, that's good.
It was good. I thought you might be there, but you haven't.
No, I just got here this morning.
ChipFoose.com is the website. You got a lot going on there.
Well, thank you very much. I feel lucky and blessed that I get to do this for a living, play with cars.
Chip, let's go back a little ways. I've followed you since the days that you were with Boyd Coddington.
Yes.
And what is that, 20 years ago or less?
Yeah, actually, I started working with Boyd Coddington in 1990. That's 27 years ago.
Wow, unbelievable. And I'll tell you, you worked for a guy, and I want to get your thoughts on this because I knew this guy really well, and he was genius, Jay Mays.
Yes, I had a lot of fun with Jay.
I can only imagine, as creative as your mind is and as creative as his mind is, that must have been a heck of a good partnership for a while.
I absolutely enjoyed every project that I got to do with him, and unfortunately it's all confidential, so I can't speak about it.
I understand.
But it's amazing the stuff that we did that's on the streets to this day, and it's just purely a joy to work with somebody that was so open to new ideas.
I'm going to tell you the three cars that you designed that I love the most.
Okay.
And then you can tell me if you've got a personal favorite. The 56 F100.
Thank you.
Beautiful truck. The stuff that you did for Disney.
Oh, I had a blast with Pixar and Disney.
Yeah, on cars. But the car that I loved is the 2002 Ford Speedbird.
Thank you very much.
Where's that car today?
That is in my garage at home.
Why didn't I know that?
You know, that was interesting. That is the car that started the Automotive television.
Really?
That was the pilot episode for a show called Rides, if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
Which was before Overhaulin.
Yeah, right.
And it was interesting. Bud Brutzman, who was the producer, he came to me and said that Discovery Channel wanted to do a television show based on my life. It was originally going to be a reality show. He was going to follow me 24/7 and follow the next build that we're doing and go to the show. And I said, well, unfortunately, the next build is 11 months out before we're done. You don't want to film for 11 months before we go to the show. And secondly is I'm married to a lawyer, and sometimes I do things that upset her.
Yes.
And she knows how to argue. I cannot win a fight with her, and I don't think that's going to be entertainment for television.
I remember meeting Lynn and thinking, this gal is sharp. We're talking with auto designer Chip Foose here on the Car Pro Show. Kevin, you got any questions for Chip?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, my favorite car that you designed is the Hemisphere.
Thank you.
Which is here on display at the Dallas Auto Show in the Capital One area. I just want to know if you could build one for me, but can I get it in something besides that white?
We actually, that car is inspired by my senior project when I graduated from Art Center. It was a Chrysler-sponsored project, and this was the inspiration for the Plymouth Prowler. But I have it here in Dallas.
You can see that.
Yeah, that
you
was
can
actually,
see.
I designed that for Tom Gale, and I actually have the car here in Dallas this weekend in the Capital One Auto Navigator garage. So it's only 100 yards from us right now.
I climbed over the road you got real close to it before the show opened.
Well, before I take off, you're welcome to come over. You can sit in it, and unfortunately we can't start it in here, but it's a fun car to drive. And when I built this car, I originally started while I was working with Boyd, because I went to work with Boyd pretty much right after I graduated Art Center.
Right.
But it took me 17 years before I finished it. And what was amazing is, my son was 5 years old at the time when I finished it, and I was realizing, if I designed this car 17 years ago, that time went by in just a snap. I thought that's when I realized when my son, how quickly my son and my daughter we're going to be growing and out of the house.
It
Oh, it does.
really does.
But I built the car with where I was trying to go. Sorry.
17 years?
17 years from the design to finished.
It's a long time to work on.
I was busy. But I finished the car with Metal Crafters is the name of the company. We worked together building this car, and we built 5 of them. So there is a black one, there's the green one that I have. The green one was the first one, then the black one. Then we built a candy red one with True Fire Flames.
Where is that one?
That one is actually in Orange County, California still. Then there's a black and red one that is in Atlanta. And then there's a candy orange one that's in Colorado.
How about
So
that?
there's 5 of them.
Were you inspired by any of the I remember back in the 60s, there seemed to be a handful of custom car designers in California that were making, the super custom chop rods and everything. Were there any of those designers that you particularly were inspired by?
Well, my father is one of them, but he was working with Gene Winfield, if you know that name. Now, Gene had a shop called AMT, and AMT was American Model Toys. If you buy the plastic model kits that you can glue together,
I did that.
that's an AMT model kit. There's also Revell and Monogram. But I remember as a kid, when I was 3 years old, I would go to the shop with my father on the weekends. I would watch him build these cars. And later, after he was done with the cars, because they were at AMT building the full size, and then AMT would scale them down and make the plastic model kits. So I was able to build the same cars that my father was building. The other thing was happening is Mattel Hot Wheels was building die cast of the same cars that they were building.
Yeah.
And so as a kid, I just absolutely loved that I could build a plastic model kit or have the same Hot Wheel in my
Just
pocket
like Dad.
of the cars. So I consider my career today as an extension of my father's.
Chip, you do a lot of charity work. In fact, the night I spent with you and Lynn and my wife, you were raising money for the Progeria Research Foundation. I know that's dear to you. You lost
Yes.
a sister to that disease. What can people do to help you with that?
Well, I work with Progeria Research Foundation, and progeria is rapid aging.
Yes.
So my sister Amy passed away in 1985. She was 16 years old, but at that time she was, 16 years old, 3 feet 2 inches tall, weighed 26 pounds, but had a heart the size of America. Everybody that met Amy fell in love with Amy, and that's the way these kids are. They're just amazing kids with so much energy and excitement, but unfortunately, with it being rapid aging, they don't live very long.
Yeah.
And Progeria Research Foundation has discovered the gene that causes this, and they've been doing some medical research. They've actually had a clinical drug trial that is extending the life of these kids and allowing them to grow and gain some weight. And it's
amazing.
phenomenal what they're doing. But not only are they helping the kids, but they're actually discovering some of the secrets for aging for all of us.
Wow.
And
That's
if anybody
great.
wants to help
I'm
with
in on that.
You can connect to the Progeria Research Foundation from chipfoose.com. Great website. Chip, our national show, runs on air from 11 to 2 Central Time. We're on KNX in your market out in Los Angeles and run all the way to New York. We'd sure like to get you on that show someday.
I'd love to do that with you.
That'd be great. Chip Foose, automotive designer, legend. Thank you for joining us today. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.